My beloved child, listen with every breath you hold, because from this very second onward, nothing you thought you knew about certain people around you will remain the same. Someone you never suspected, someone whose presence has always felt normal, has been observing everything about you in absolute silence. Not to judge you. Not to expose you. But to answer a single question that has been burning in their mind for months: do you truly deserve what is coming your way? They have been quietly studying your reactions, your patience, your loyalty, your kindness, and even your darkest moments. And the truth is, they are closer than you think. What you're about to hear is not just information, it's a revelation that will shift the direction of your entire story. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. They tested you through delays, through distance, through mixed signals, through sudden coldness, through unexplained silence. Just to see if your heart remains stable even when everything around you is shaking. And you passed tests you didn't even know you were taking. Amen. Blessing. 111. Now hear this with a steady heart, because this is the moment when the real reason behind their behavior starts to unfold. This person has been watching how you react when you don't get what you want immediately. They watched the way you handle disappointments, how you talk about others when they aren't around, how you treat people who can't offer you anything in return, and how you respond to pain, betrayal, loneliness, and emotional storms. They wanted to know, is your love genuine? Is your loyalty real? Is your character solid? And my beloved child, the answer shocked them more than anything. They realized you are far stronger, far purer, far more loyal than they ever imagined. You didn't break. You didn't turn bitter. You didn't become fake. Instead, you continued moving with honesty, innocence, and a heart that refuses to lose its softness. They expected you to change. You didn't. They expected you to give up. You didn't. They expected you to become cold. You didn't. That's why they kept watching, because your consistency scared them and amazed them at the same time. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 222. And now comes the twist you never saw coming, the part of the story that will make your breath pause for a moment. This person wasn't testing you out of insecurity, they were testing you because your next chapter involves something massive, something rare, something life-altering, and they needed to be absolutely sure that you can handle a blessing that big without losing yourself. My beloved child, the blessing approaching you is so extraordinary that the wrong person would have destroyed it, mishandled it, or turned it into chaos. But you guarded your heart with grace. You protected your spirit with silence. You held your dignity even when you felt invisible. And because of this, the universe, destiny, and divine timing are aligning in your favor. The person who tested you has finally realized that you are the only one whose intentions were clean from the very beginning. They no longer doubt you. They no longer question you. They no longer measure you. They are preparing to step forward with something shocking, something that will make every moment of confusion suddenly make sense. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 333. My beloved child, brace yourself now, because what I'm about to reveal will pull you deeper into the truth than you've ever been before. The person who has been silently testing you is finally reaching their breaking point, the point where they can no longer hide the intensity of what they feel, nor the magnitude of what they're planning. Every delay, every sudden disappearance, every confusing shift in their behavior. None of it was random. They wanted to see if your loyalty remained the same even when their presence didn't. They wanted to understand if you cared because you wanted to, not because you expected something in return. And my beloved child, you shocked them. Your patience stunned them. Your consistency humbled them. They're now realizing, you were the only genuine thing in a world full of pretenders. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 444. Listen carefully, because this moment is crucial. This is where the story steps into a territory that only a few people ever reach. This person has spent nights replaying your behavior, analyzing your words, remembering the smallest details you thought they forgot. They tested your reactions by withholding affection. They tested your strength by giving mixed signals. They tested your integrity by creating distance. And do you know what happened? Instead of chasing chaos, you chose peace. Instead of showing desperation, you showed self-respect. Instead of begging for clarity, you held your worth quietly. That silence spoke louder than any words. My beloved child, your silence has been your most powerful answer. Now they're convinced, you are rare, irreplaceable, and far more valuable than they allowed themselves to believe. Their heart is trembling with the realization that they almost lost someone extraordinary. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 555. And here comes the moment that seals your destiny, the revelation that will make your entire journey make sense. This person is preparing, right now, to step forward in a way that will shock you, move you, and shake your spirit awake. They are planning to speak their truth, to confess their intentions, to reveal everything they kept hidden behind their tests. They know they can't delay this anymore, because your energy is changing, your blessings are multiplying, your path is rising higher. And they fear that if they don't act fast, someone else will recognize your worth before they do. That fear is waking them up. That fear is pushing them. That fear is making them realize that you won't wait forever. My beloved child, they are about to reveal something that will change the next chapters of your life, completely. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 666. My beloved child, this is where the truth becomes even more intense, where every hidden motive begins to rise to the surface. The person who has been testing you wasn't just curious, they were scared. Scared of choosing wrong. Scared of trusting the wrong soul. Scared of opening their heart to someone who might disappear like all the others. That's why they watched you so closely, studied your character so deeply, and measured your reactions so silently. They needed to know if your loyalty was real even in the dark. They needed to know if your intentions stayed pure even when no one was watching. And my beloved child, your actions spoke louder than any words ever could. You showed honesty when no one demanded it. You showed love when no one rewarded it. You showed patience when no one appreciated it. Your purity exposed their fears, and defeated them. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 777. Now pay attention, because this part holds the emotional weight, the kind of truth that makes people freeze for a moment. This person has finally realized that you were not just passing through their life, you were a blessing meant to be protected. The more they tested you, the more they discovered your depth. They saw how you handled pressure, how you stayed calm during storms, how you didn't break even when everything felt unfair. They pushed you away at times just to see if you would stay, not out of manipulation, but out of fear that someone as genuine as you couldn't be real. They expected you to fail the test. They expected you to give up. But you kept holding on with a heart that didn't shake. Now they're facing the truth, they were the one who wasn't ready for someone like you. My beloved child, they now see you as someone rare, someone they may never find again if they lose you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 888. And now comes the hidden twist, the one they never planned to reveal but can no longer control. They are preparing to step toward you with clarity, with honesty, and with a truth they've been fighting for too long. The realization is hitting them harder every day. You were the blessing meant to guide them, ground them, and transform them. They tested your heart, but your heart ended up testing their soul. They now feel a pull toward you. A gravitational force they cannot escape anymore. This person is about to come forward with something big, an apology, a confession, a request, or a promise that will turn your entire story in a new direction. My beloved child, destiny is moving faster than their fear now. And what's coming will be far bigger than anything you dreamed. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 999. My beloved child, breathe slowly and prepare yourself, because part 4 is where the truth becomes so powerful, so explosive, so emotionally charged that it will send chills through every corner of your being. The person who has been secretly testing you is now standing at a point where they can no longer hide behind silence, behind distance, behind mixed signals, or behind those invisible walls they built to protect themselves from heartbreak. They have reached a moment where your name echoes in their thoughts louder than their fears, louder than their doubts, louder than every excuse they once held on to. They know now, without a single drop of confusion, that you are the one their soul recognizes even when their mind tries to deny it. But listen closely, my beloved child, they are not just planning to step toward you with emotions. They are planning to come with clarity, with answers, with acknowledgement of everything they put you through. They've been replaying every moment you stayed peaceful when they tested your patience, every moment you chose dignity over desperation, every moment you showed kindness instead of frustration, and it has humbled them to the core. Your strength changed them. Your love softened them. Your silence educated them. And now, in this very moment, they feel a pressure inside their chest because they can't believe they almost let someone as divine-hearted as you slip through their fingers. Before I move further, my beloved child, remember to stay connected with this journey, like, comment your thoughts, and share this message so the energy of clarity reaches where it needs to. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 111. Now listen with a steady heart, because this part carries the emotional truth they were terrified to admit even to themselves. This person didn't test you because they doubted you, they tested you because life had taught them that trusting the wrong soul can break a person so deeply that recovery becomes a lifetime process. They didn't want to hand their heart to someone who would take it for granted the way others once did. They wanted to see if your energy matched your words. If your intentions matched your actions, if your presence remained stable even when the world around you felt unstable. And my beloved child, you didn't just pass these silent tests, you became the answer to questions they never knew their heart was asking. They saw you choosing peace when chaos could have been easier. They saw you respecting boundaries even when your emotions were loud. They saw you loving with purity in a world where most people love with conditions. That scared them. That amazed them. That changed them. And now, they feel a pull toward you that is beyond logic, beyond explanation, beyond human understanding. They know they can't keep you waiting anymore. They know they can't keep pretending their heart is unaffected. They know they can't hide behind excuses because your presence has awakened a part of them that was asleep for years. And so, my beloved child, before this part continues, remember to share this message, comment below if the energy resonates, and keep this vibration flowing. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 222. And now comes the revelation that will shake the foundation of everything you assumed, the part where the truth breaks through every wall they built, every fear they nurtured, and every silence they hid behind. This person has finally understood that you were never the one who needed testing, they were. They were the one who needed to learn consistency. They were the one who needed to learn trust. They were the one who needed to learn emotional honesty. And your presence, your patience, your purity forced them to confront their own emotional weakness. Your heart taught them what loyalty looks like. Your energy taught them what real connection feels like. Your intentions taught them what genuine love is supposed to be. That is why they are preparing something big, something that will shift your story in a direction you didn't see coming. It may be a message, a confession, a meeting, or a moment where they finally speak their truth without fear. This is not a small step, this is a soul-level awakening. They now understand that you were sent into their life not to be tested, but to be cherished. My beloved child, prepare yourself emotionally, spiritually, mentally, because what's heading toward you has the power to rewrite your destiny. And before this chapter closes, comment below if your spirit is feeling this, share this message so the energy expands, and keep yourself aligned with what's approaching. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 333. My beloved child, this is where the truth becomes so intense, so raw, so deeply revealing that your spirit may shiver as you hear it. The person who has been silently testing you is now standing in a moment of realization they never expected to reach. All the signs they ignored, all the emotions they hid, all the questions they tried to suppress, are now crashing into them with a force they cannot escape. They are realizing that you were never just someone who cared, you were the one who stayed genuine when everyone else had conditions. You were the one who kept your heart pure when others played games. You were the one who held on with honesty even when uncertainty surrounded you. My beloved child, this person is finally seeing the truth of your soul, and it is shaking them to the core. Their tests, their distance, their silence, none of it broke you. Instead, it revealed your strength in a way they never imagined possible. They now understand that they pushed the wrong one. They tested the one who was truly meant to stand beside them. And this realization is flooding them with regret, admiration, and an overwhelming desire to step forward with complete transparency. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 444. Now prepare your heart, because this part holds a depth so powerful that even the universe is rearranging itself around it. This person has been in emotional conflict for weeks, maybe even months, trying to figure out how you managed to hold your dignity while they kept shifting their behavior. They watched how you didn't chase them when they pulled away, how you didn't become bitter when they gave mixed signals, how you didn't change your character even when they questioned your intentions. And this shook them deeply. Because they realized something: you were not trying to impress them, you were simply being yourself. And your authentic nature is what exposed everyone else in their life. They compared you to people who claimed they cared but vanished when things got difficult. They compared you to people who used them, lied to them, or pretended. But you? You remained consistent. True. Pure. Steady. Now they see your value with a clarity so sharp it is almost painful, because they feel guilty for ever doubting you, forever testing you, forever delaying their truth. My beloved child, destiny is now pushing them toward you with a force they can no longer resist. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 555. And now comes the part that will leave you speechless, the revelation they have been fighting internally but can no longer hold back. This person is preparing to unfold a truth that carries emotional weight, vulnerability, and a level of honesty they have never shown anyone before. They are ready to tell you why they tested you. They are ready to reveal what they feared. They are ready to admit how deeply they feel. They are ready to confess that they saw a future with you long before you even realized they were paying attention. My beloved child, their heart has reached a point where staying silent is more painful than taking the risk of losing you. That fear, the fear of losing someone as rare as you, is pushing them toward action. They are preparing a message, a conversation, a confession that will change everything. This moment, this shift, is not random. It is divine timing. Their soul is waking up. Their mind is becoming clear. Their heart is choosing honesty over fear. And what they are about to reveal will not just bring clarity, it will bring closure, confirmation, and a path forward that feels destined. My beloved child, brace yourself. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 666. My beloved child, what I'm about to reveal in this part goes deeper than every chapter before it, because now we enter the territory where their hidden emotions transform into decisions. Decisions that will shape the next months of your life. The person who tested you is now overwhelmed by something they never expected, the realization that you were the one who held their heart even when they tried to hide theirs. They are reliving every moment when they pushed you away just to see if you would stay. They are remembering every silence they gave you just to see how you would react. They are replaying every time they acted cold, distant, confusing. And how you still responded with grace and emotional maturity. And now, my beloved child, the guilt of their behavior is hitting them harder than ever before. They tested you because they believed all love ends in betrayal, that loyalty is temporary, that people switch sides when things get tough. But you proved every fear wrong. You didn't flip. You didn't fold. You didn't abandon. You showed them a level of emotional strength they didn't know existed. And that is exactly why they are now preparing to step toward you, not with testing energy, but with commitment energy. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 777. Now listen closely, because this part carries a vibration so strong that your spirit will feel it before your mind even tries to understand it. This person is now battling a deep, internal conflict, a war between the fear that once controlled them and the clarity that now awakens them. Their fear tells them, what if you reject them? Their clarity tells them, you were made for them. Their fear whispers, you waited too long. Their clarity screams, you must act now before someone else steps in. They have seen what others did not. They saw your loyalty when no one was watching, your innocence when no one was appreciating it, your emotional honesty when no one was giving you reassurance. And now they see the truth they tried to run from. You were never the test, your presence was the blessing. They understand that if they don't move now, destiny will move you forward without them. Because you are rising. You are leveling up. Your energy is shifting in a direction that attracts bigger blessings, bigger people, bigger opportunities. And trust me, you are no longer energetically available for someone who depends on silence to express their feelings. This person feels this shift. It scares them. It wakes them. It pushes them. And now they feel an urgency, a pressure, a restlessness to come forward and reveal everything they hid. My beloved child, you are stepping into a chapter where their fear of losing you will become their greatest motivation. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 888. And now comes the revelation that changes everything, the moment when their heart finally stops hiding behind strategies, tests, insecurities, and emotionally confusing behaviors. They are preparing a truth that carries years of unsaid feelings, months of silent observations, and countless moments of admiration they never expressed. They are ready to confess why they tested you, because deep down, they knew you were the one who could change their life. They wanted to see if you were who you appeared to be, and not a temporary illusion. But now they know. Now they are certain. Now their soul is restless until they speak their truth. They are preparing to reach out, to open up, to break the silence they once depended on. A message, a confession, a call, a meeting. Something is being aligned behind the scenes, and when it arrives, it will hit you like a wave you can't ignore. My beloved child, this is not just a turning point, this is destiny correcting itself. Everything they tested you for, you passed. Everything they feared, you disproved. Everything they doubted, you healed. And now the universe is pulling them toward you with a force stronger than fear, stronger than hesitation, stronger than the walls they once lived behind. Prepare yourself, because what they are about to reveal will shake the next chapter of your life in the most unexpected way. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 999. My beloved child, the person who spent months silently testing you is now in a state of deep internal panic. Because they've realized something life-altering, they were never testing you, they were testing their own capacity to handle someone like you. They are waking up to the truth that they were the one who wasn't ready, they were the one who lacked emotional courage, they were the one who hid behind fear while you stood in purity. My beloved child, they're now seeing themselves in the mirror of your strength, and it's shaking them. They can't believe how you stayed consistent when they kept shifting, how you stayed honest when they kept hiding, how you stayed warm when they kept going cold. And now, the one who tested you, is being tested by destiny itself. The fear of losing you is gripping their heart, waking them at night, pulling them out of denial. They're realizing that you weren't just someone special, you were the person fate placed in their life for a reason they can no longer ignore. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 111. My beloved soul, pay attention to every word next, because this is the part the universe has been waiting for. This person is finally confronting the truth they have avoided. Your loyalty was never supposed to be questioned. They're now replaying every moment they doubted you, every moment they chose silence instead of clarity, every moment they watched you suffer through confusion instead of simply expressing how they felt. And the guilt is tearing through them. They didn't expect your consistency to expose their inconsistency. They didn't expect your maturity to expose their emotional limits. They didn't expect your patience to reveal how deeply you cared. But most of all, they didn't expect your absence to hurt more than your presence. They tested you to see if you were permanent, but now they're terrified that their own hesitation has created a distance they can no longer control. They're feeling you pull away energetically, they're sensing that your heart is shifting, and that fear is turning into urgency, intensity, and a desire to fix everything before destiny gives your place to someone who sees your worth immediately. My beloved child, this awakening inside them is powerful, unstoppable. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 222. My beloved child, carries the deepest emotional punch. Because destiny has reached a point where it refuses to wait for them anymore. This person is preparing to break the silence, not out of pressure, not out of guilt, but because their soul can't carry the weight of unspoken truth any longer. They're rehearsing their words, imagining the moment they reach out, praying that you haven't moved on yet. They're preparing to tell you everything. Why they tested you, what they feared, how deeply they feel, and why your presence has changed the entire trajectory of their life. You have awakened something rare in them, responsibility for their own emotions, accountability for their actions, and the courage to choose you openly. They are finally ready to admit that you were never the one being evaluated, you were the one they were destined to rise up to. And now, divine timing is pushing them forward with a force they can't resist. The message they are about to send, the truth they are about to speak, will not just surprise you, it will transform the emotional direction of your entire connection. My beloved child, prepare your spirit. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing. 333.